Hello, welcome to Magical Maiden's Jewelry Tutorials. I'm Magical Maiden, and today what I have for you is some more of sequence earrings. Now, the last video I showed you these that I made, and they're with a silver sequence with iridescent and regular, and these are purple. So they're going to come in a package, and it's going to look like this with 3 sections to it. Now, at the time, these used to cost 99 cents. Then they went up to $1.29. I'm not really sure what they are now. And as you see, they had all these round ones. Now they're all going to have one hole in it up at the top. These will have them in the middle, and these will have them in the center as well. And that's how they went. These round ones were here, then you had this square, and then you had these kind of octagon-y shaped ones. Okay, and you have all different kinds, like you have a clear, an iridescent, and then a very purpley one. So I just want to put that there. And I got them all at Hobby Lobby. And again, like I said, they used to be 99 cents. See? 99 cents. Then they went to $1.29, then $1.99, and now I'm pretty sure it's probably $2 or something. But that's what happens, unfortunately. Okay, so the last ones, as you can see, I didn't make them that long, but I could always add to it. And they were all the same size because you get different sizes. You get a medium, a large, and then a smaller one, as you're seeing right here. And so you can separate them in piles and all that. Now you're going to need some jump rings. I prefer using 6 millimeters and 4 millimeters. So it's a combination. Some are 6, some are 4. And that's up to you. Then you're going to need some earring fish hooks, any kind you want. Obviously, you'll need 2 of them. And then your jewelry working tools. Another thing you're going to need is a push pin. Now, I already went and made one, but I do have to make another. Now, if you damage your sequence, you could always replace it because you're going to get fingerprints. You can wipe them with a cloth after. So this is how I did it. I went with the smaller ones. I have a mixture. They have like iridescent and then regular. And then they have like a clear type one. Let me see if I can find that. And I mix them up, as you can see here. All right. And you can do it in sections. I put the iridescence with the 6 millimeter. Then I use 4 millimeters. And then I use the regular, like a mixture of the purpley and the clear purple. They're kind of like a light one. And then I went and did iridescence, and then I did the mixture. Then I went to medium. So I did like four rows of the small. Then I did 2 rows, actually 3 rows of the medium. And then I added 3 large ones. And I left the ends with the medium. And of course, the middle one's always going to be longer. You could add more. You could add some of the larger iridescent ones if you want. But I like this because it looks like an ombre, like it slowly gets darker at the bottom. And again, you can find these sequences at Hobby Lobby. So what I'm going to do now is, and towards the end of the video, I'll let you see these earrings in a better lighting and better than this, okay? But right now, I'm going to have to make the other earring. So I'm going to leave this where I can look at it on my earring stand. And so I can match up and make sure I'm using the same. Now, I have a piece of cardboard here because you're going to be using the push pin. And so I have my jewelry working tools and everything else. And this is, okay, so what I use, you can use any holder that has a lot of these little openings for you. They're hooks that you would put your jump rings through so you can hang things. They're made for chandelier earrings, you know. And you can go ahead and find them. I will put a link below to the kit where I got these. And they're from Panda Hall, and you can get them on Amazon. So I'm going to leave the link for them, and make sure you look below this video in the description box. They have a combination of different ones if you're interested. All right. But you can use any one or any type of earrings you want. Doesn't have to be from that kit. And again, I use 6 and 4 millimeter jump rings, which you can get anywhere. I get them at Hobby Lobby, BB Craft, Amazon, you know, either at the craft store or online. Okay, so now what I'm going to do, and I don't know if I'm talking into my microphone, I want to start. So the first thing you do, now you don't have to hook them automatically to your earring. You can make the chain and then you hook them to your earring if that's easier. So that's what I might do for this. Do the middle, start with the middle. The middle piece is going to be the longest. Then the ones on either side are going to be almost as long, but not quite. And the ones on the end are going to be the shortest, okay? And you can go with whatever you feel like. So I'm going to look at how I did the other one, and I used a bunch of small iridescents, and I used 6 millimeter jump rings. So I'm going to get my 6 millimeter jump rings, and that was 5 of them. So I got that, and now I need 5 of these small iridescent. Now, they're going to be hard to work with because, you know, especially with your vision, I need my glasses and everything, like a telescope basically. But I use a magnifying light because this is very tiny, especially if you're working with 4 mil. This is very tiny, especially if you're working with 4 millimeter jump rings. It can get pretty tedious. So it's basically an easy, let me see. It's basically an easy craft. The whole thing is punching the hole through the sequences and getting the jump rings and hooking up everything, because that's tedious and time consuming. So unfortunately, that will take up a lot of time. So I just did one so I can show you. Now I'm going to begin this and then I'll finish the rest off of the camera. So let me make sure I got all of them. Now, when you're working with sequences, they tend to stick to you. They fly all over. And the reason why jump rings are probably called jump rings is because they jump. And mine jump on the floor, and then you're looking for your jump ring. You're looking for your sequences. So, you know, try what I would do is section off all the ones you need and keep everything nice, and have something like a piece of cardboard or something, because you're going to be using your push pin. So first you're going to want to make all your holes. And this is what I'm doing. I'm using my magnifying light, turning this on. So I'm going to be making a hole. Now they're very, very tiny. So you got to go right across from the existing hole, but not too close to the edge. Otherwise it's going to rip and you won't get to use it. And then you're going to try to push it, but go gently. And then to round it off, I'm going to use my round nose pliers. Now, don't push it all the way through. You'll rip it. Just to give it that cleaner round edge so that all right. So to give it a cleaner round edge so that you can stick your jump ring through it. And then I'll continue. So you're going to get your jump ring, 6 millimeter. You're going to get your sequence, and then you're going to hook it up. So start with the center. And like I said, if you don't want to hook them up until the end, then just make your chain of sequences. It might actually be easier to do that. So get 2 packages. It's always good to have another one. You can make another set of earrings, a different type or what have you. Okay, so I'm going to do this and I'll be back when it's done. Okay, so this is the continuation. I took a short break And I'm going to try to get that in the shot. Okay, so I'm going to continue and I'm going to show you what I have so far. Okay, and before I begin, I had to go to Hobby Lobby. I needed some jumper rings, 6 and 4 millimeters. Prices did go up, but the prices of these sequences are $1.29. These all used to be 99 cents. Now with the purple and the silver, this is the package. They have different types of sequences, okay? They have the ones with the holes in the middle, and they're all different. But these have this. They'll have 3 pouches. And you can get this silver, purple, and this, and they also have gold and a few others because you want to pay attention. So the package has to look like this. They got to have the round ones with the iridescent, and they have small and medium round ones, and then they have square like that, and then these weird shape type ones, okay? So you look for that when you go there, and that's what it's going to say, okay? And they have this in the silver, like the ones that I showed you, and in the purple, the ones that I'm doing now. And this is for the future, but I should have picked up 2 of these, and they were having 50 and 40% off of everything in Hobby Lobby. I don't know if they're still doing it. I went 2 days ago, so all right. And that's why I went, because they were having sales, because things are pricey. And that's why I don't do so many jewelry tutorials like I used to unless I already have the supplies. So go ahead and look for that and pick up 2. I should have picked up 2 of these, but so they're $1.29, and look for this specific package so you can make it. Okay, I just wanted to add that in. So I am going to finish this. Now here is what I have so far. Okay, you want it to look like that. We're going to do 4 rows of the small, and then you're going to have 3 rows of the medium, and then just 3 of the large. And you can end it with whatever. I chose to make it look like an ombre where it's light and dark. You could do that as well. And you can make it as short or as long as you want. So I am going to continue doing this. And I already got my 4 rows of the small. And you should separate them, get a little container. This is like an old cookie container. And you're going to need your push pin. And of course, your jewelry working tools. This is so because, again, they only come with 1 hole. All of these come with 1 hole and not in the center. That's why I said don't get the sequence with the ones in the center. They have that. See how they have it over here? And then you go directly on the other side and push another hole. This is so you can continue, except for the last one. You don't have to do that, okay? This is what I got. And now I'm just going to keep going with the earring. Okay, so I finished them, and this is what it's going to look like. Aren't they very, very nice? Let me just move over here so you can get a better look with the light hitting it and everything. And that's how you do it. You can do it any way you want. And like I said, I'm going to bring you to better lighting. Okay, so I'm bringing you to outside lighting so you can get a better look at what they're going to look like. They're going to shine and they're going to shimmer in the light, and they're just going to look so nice. Just look at that. If you wear them outside and the sun hits it, or at night, if you're going to a club, a bar, out to dinner, wherever you go, they're going to shine and shimmer. And I love the iridescent ones. They really sparkle. But you don't want to make the whole thing iridescent. And you could do an ombre thing where you can use the lighter ones and then go to the darker. And I just absolutely love these. I am so thrilled with the way they turned out. And I'm looking forward to making the turquoise ones. And I'm going to make some necklaces to match. You can make bracelets. You can make a whole set. So go ahead and run to Hobby Lobby now and get your sequences. I think they're still on sale, 40 to 50% off, $1.29. So you can't beat that. So go ahead and make yourself some. And if you like this, please share this craft. Please share this jewelry tutorial, as well as make sure that you comment and like. And I will see you in my videos. Thanks for watching. Bye.